Hello, everyone. My name is Oleg Kagan, and I'm the Community Engagement Coordinator with LA County Library, and I welcome you to Work Ready, How to Get LA County Jobs. Before we get going with today's event, I'd like to take care of some housekeeping and tell you a little bit about the Work Ready program. And now I'd like to tell you about the Work Ready program. Work Ready started in December of 2020 with the purpose of helping people get a job and improve their work situation and plan a more sustainable career path. We are doing that in two ways. One is we lend out laptops and Wi-Fi hotspots out of 27 library locations, just to break down one barrier to folks applying for jobs and getting online training. And number two is we provide virtual events just like this one on a range of work-related topics, anything from the basics, cover letters, interviews, resumes, to deep dives into various careers and other subjects to help you succeed at work. And we have over 50 of those past programs on our YouTube channel for you to check out at your leisure, share with people who might be able to use them. And I'm going to post a link to that right now in the chat so you can peruse the variety of subjects that we've covered already. And the Work Ready program is made possible due to funds provided by the American Rescue Plan. And now I also want to tell you about what we have coming up next week for Work Ready, and that is Work Ready, a look at design careers, Tuesday, March 12th at 11 o'clock. You can join us as designer Blake Newton provides an overview of career opportunities, educational requirements, and tips for success in the field of design. And I'm going to post a link to that as well. So you can register for that. And just like all of our other library programs, that one is absolutely free. So if you would like to learn more about library programs, you can go to our website at lacountylibrary.org. On the top right-hand side, there's a button that says events. You click on that button, you get all the events in person and virtual for youth, kids, or youth, teens, adults, older adults that feel like youth, kids that feel like older adults, everybody. Totally free and available to you. And if you're only interested in virtual events like this one, you can hover over that events button and you'll get a little drop down that says virtual programming. You click on that and you will see only our Zoom programs, also for all ages, also totally free. All right, and now it's time to get on with today's event, Work Ready, How to Get LA County Jobs. And our presenter for this program is Christian Lavelle. Christian is a human resources analyst for and the program manager responsible for the Temporary Services Registry with Talent Solutions Division of the Department of Human Services. And with that, Christian, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Oleg. Thank you everyone for joining. In today's session, I'll be going over how to apply for county jobs, how to find county jobs, and I'll be giving some information on some of our pipeline programs, which are hiring programs that we've set up to help people get into the county and start their county careers. Here with me, I have Christine. She also works along with me in the Talent Solutions Division. Christine, do you mind quickly introducing yourself?
Hi, good morning, everybody. As Christian said, my name is Christine Macias. I'm one of the newest team members with the Temp LA program, and I'll be here to field some of your questions during the presentation.
And while I am pulling up the presentation, as Oleg already stated, if you have any questions whatsoever, please do drop them in the chat. We will do our best to answer them during the session or after the session. We will host a Q&A session. As Christine stated, she'll also be answering some of your questions. So drop your questions in the chat. A little bit about the Department of Human Resources. We are the Talent Solutions Division. So we do a lot of outreach. We manage our pipeline programs. We are not what we call internally CTAD or our Talent Assessment Division. We are not exams. So any really specific questions that you have about an examination, about your particular situation, we do have individuals to refer you to, but as Oleg stated, if you keep the questions general and broad, we are more than happy to help you or to find the answers for you. So We will get started with navigating NeoGov, tips and tools to apply for county jobs. If you have not applied for a job in government and local government at the county, it can be a little confusing. So we're here to help walk you through that process. You get some familiarity with our website and what it takes to apply to a county job, and then what happens after you apply. I remember the first time that I applied for a county job. I've applied for a few now. It was a little bit confusing what was going to happen after I submitted my application. It felt like it kind of went into an abyss, but there's a very structured process. So we'll go over that. And I guess it would be helpful to tell you a little bit more about who I am. Again, my name is Christian Lavelle. I'm the program manager for our temporary services registry, and that is one of our pipeline programs. We manage the recruitment and hiring and placement of some very amazing individuals here at the county. I started my county career 5, maybe 6 years ago now. Time flies. And I started in one of our pipeline programs, which has now moved to another division. It's called the Management Fellows Program. And if you have any questions about that, I'm happy to share some information about that. It's a 2-year fellowship that gets you into the county. And from there, I pivoted into human resources. I used to manage our academic internship program, which is a great opportunity for anyone in school, and our career development internship program, which is also a great opportunity for anyone who has faced barriers to employment. So enough about me. Let's go ahead and talk about the county. We are an amazing place to work. I am not being biased because I'm a county employee, but we are the largest employer in Southern California. And I think this is a little outdated. Our numbers are a little bit bigger now, but at the time of creating this PowerPoint, we had over 111,000 budgeted positions. We serve over 10 million residents. We are the most populous county in the nation, and we have over a $30 billion budget. A little bit about the Department of Human Resources. So our vision is leading the way to HR excellence through innovation and collaboration and customer service. And our mission is to attract, develop, and retain a talented, engaged, and diverse workforce that is passionate about public service. So here's a snapshot of some of our county departments. I believe we have around 40 now. We have some new departments like Justice, Care, and Opportunities Department, and we also have some quasi-county departments. But I like to show this kind of snapshot of the county departments because the county does a little bit of anything and everything for our over 10 million residents. As you can see, we have the CEO's office, Department of Public Health, which has been in the spotlight a lot lately. Our emergency services like sheriff, fire. We have the amazing public library. When I was a management fellow, I was actually assigned to public library and had an amazing experience. I learned that we have libraries all throughout the county, from Lancaster to Lomita, even on Catalina Island, and they provide incredible services to our county residents. Regional planning, human resources, where I am now, Department of Public Social Services, or DPSS, is one of our larger departments. And then we have some departments that I'm going to be transparent, I didn't think of when I thought of the county, like Agricultural Commissioner Weights and Measures, or Animal Care and Control, if you are an animal lover, Medical Examiner Coroner, Military and Veterans Affairs, Parks and Recreation. I mean, the services that we provide to the county are so vast and broad. And what I like to say is that this shows that no matter what career, what job you choose, there's likely a place here for you at the county if you have a heart for public service. That's kind of the string that ties us all together. The thread that ties us all together is you could be a surgeon, you could be a human resources analyst, you could be a librarian, but we are all here because we want to serve the public of Los Angeles County. So now let's talk a little bit about navigating NeoGov and government jobs. You'll hear both of these terms. Government jobs is the site that you'll visit to apply for jobs, and NeoGov is kind of like our applicant tracking system, where once you apply, we'll talk a little bit about what happens after you fill out that application. So in order to find county jobs, there's two kind of ways that you can find it. You can go to governmentjobs.com and filter based on your location and look for jobs with the County of Los Angeles. But the county is not the only local government agency that you can apply to. If you go to government jobs, you'll see jobs with the city, jobs with different counties, jobs with different cities. So you can go on there, type the job title that you're interested in or keywords, and then filter to city, state, or zip code, and it'll bring up local jobs. Alternatively, obviously, if you're here, if you're interested in jobs with the County of Los Angeles, you can go to hr.lacounty.gov, and there'll be two selections that you can choose from. There's jobs open to county employees. So if you're a current county employee, you can apply for promotional or transfer opportunities. And then there's jobs open to the public, which I imagine the majority of our audience is here for jobs open to the public. So make sure you are selecting the correct selection there. Jobs open to the public at hr.lacounty.gov. So once you get there, there's a ton of jobs. I think the last time I checked, there were over 300 job postings available here at the county. So there's a lot to choose from. Now there's different ways that you can filter and look for jobs. If you know what job title you want, obviously you can search for it there. And if it's not open, you can create what's called a job interest card, and we'll go over that momentarily. You can filter based on salary. You can filter based on location. The county is a very large organization. We have a lot of departments, and it also spans a large geographic area. So you can filter based on, if I live in Lancaster, I'm not going to want to take a job in Lomita, right? So you want to filter based on departments, on your any interest that you might have. You want to filter based on location, filter based on salary to find jobs that are a good fit for you. So here's what it's going to look like. The other slide was what it looks like on government jobs. Here's what NeoGov looks like. So if you go through the process that I told you, visiting hr.lacounty.gov, clicking jobs open to the public, you will find a page that looks almost identical to this, except the first option might not be institutional helper. So as you can see here, there's a little sandwich hamburger menu at the top. You can go there, look at different class specifications. You can create your job interest cards. You can sign in if you already have a profile, and we'll talk about why that's important momentarily. Obviously, you can search there if you know what department or you know what position you're looking for, and you can sort and filter. So this is what NeoGov is going to look like when you first click on it. And to navigate NeoGov, again, you're going to want to sort and to filter. Usually when I go in and look, I want to see what's the newest opportunity first, because when you go in there, you'll see some that are posted over 30 days ago. Go ahead and maybe search newest to oldest. You can sort by job title. You can sort by salary. You can sort by exam type. You can sort by job category, department. If you know, I really, really want to work for Department of Human Resources, so I really want to work for library, I really want to work for animal care and control. You can also filter based on department to find opportunities that are good fit for you. This is going to help you kind of whittle down that large 300 plus number of jobs. Can be a little bit overwhelming. This is going to help you get a smaller category of jobs to choose and to apply to. So before we talk about applying to a job, say you go and you see a job that you're interested in and it's not open, because one of the great things about working for government is that you can see all of the class specifications or the job titles and descriptions at any time. So you can subscribe to a specific job. You can also subscribe to a category of jobs if you know what types of jobs you're interested in. So what you'll want to do is when you're on NeoGov, the site that you just saw, you're going to click the hamburger menu in the upper left-hand corner, and you're going to select job interest card. This is how you will subscribe to a category of jobs. If you want to subscribe to a specific job posting, say, I know I really want to apply to be an administrative intern. You can go to that class specification and subscribe to that as well. But it could be helpful to subscribe to a category of jobs. So as you can see here, once you click job interest card, you will get a notification to whatever email you put in the system on your profile anytime any job becomes available in any of these categories. So you can choose, I know I'm interested in accounting or animal services or audit. This is just a small snapshot of what's available. The benefit of doing this is you don't have to check our job website every single day. Again, there are hundreds of jobs available and it can be overwhelming. And some jobs open and close the examination or the application period, open and close really quickly. So you want to be notified whenever these jobs become available so you don't have to log in and sift through these opportunities every single day. So I highly encourage, if you're interested in a job with the County of Los Angeles, go to governmentjobs.com or go through our HR website and click Jobs Open to the Public. Go to the hamburger menu and create job interest cards for the jobs and category of jobs that you're interested in to make sure that your profile is up to date, that your resume is uploaded, so that when these jobs become available, it's easy to go in, you know when you're able to apply, and you can apply to these jobs once they become available. So here's what information you'll need for a job interest card. As you can see, this person was interested in a lot of different things: 911, telecommunications, community services, engineering, geology, accounting, and animal control. You'll have to select the type of exam that you're interested in. So if you're not currently employed with the county, that would be an open exam. If you're employed with the county, obviously you can select promotional or transfer. You'll need to put your name, your address, and you can see the red asterisk is the information that's required, your phone number, and your email address. Please put an email address that you check frequently, and make sure you're also checking your spam folder, because you want to ensure you are receiving these notifications. So if you know a specific classification title, so a classification title is what we call the job title. If you don't know what you're interested in, you can search through all of the class specifications that we have here at the county by, again, going to that hamburger menu in the upper left-hand corner. And you can see every class specification that we have here at the county. So once you find one that you're interested in, and maybe it's not open for filing currently, maybe you cannot submit an application, but it may be opening up soon. You don't want to miss that opportunity, and you don't want to continue to check every single day. You click on the job title or the classification title that you're interested in, and you can see here in the upper right-hand corner, it says subscribe. When you click subscribe, instead of getting a job interest card for that broader category, you're going to subscribe specifically to that job title. So when that application opens up and you are able to apply to that job, you'll receive an email notification. Now, creating a job interest card is great. It saves you a ton of time, and it makes sure you're not missing out on amazing opportunities. But I want you to take it a step further. Once you create that job interest card, make sure you have your profile ready to go. Your resume is updated, it's uploaded, your work history is filled out. You want it to be as complete as possible, because again, some of our examinations, our application periods open, say 8 a.m. one day and they close 5 p.m. the same day. You don't want to miss out on that opportunity gathering documents and filling things out. It's so much easier if you do the work on the front end, create the job interest cards, and then you're ready to apply when the opportunities become available. So here's what it will look like to set up a job profile. So you'll sign in to Government Jobs. It'll look a little bit different if you're going through NeoGov. And you will click the link to apply to whatever job you're interested in. And then you will walk through the process of setting up a profile. You can import your resume, and it may pull out some of that information from your resume. You're going to fill out your general information, so your name, your address, your phone number, everything you would have put on that job interest card. And then you will continue to apply to that position, and we'll look at that in a second. Once you do this process for one job, your profile will be set up, and you will have that available the next time you apply to any other job. Again, make sure you're logging in, you're making sure your profile is updated, your contact information is up to date, because you're going to receive important information about the job that you applied to, about examinations, when you can apply, when you can take the examination, information on your score and banding. You want to make sure that your address and your email address are correct, and that if you're not receiving that information, you're checking your spam folder. And if you still can't find it, what you can do is you can log into your profile. So go to hr.lacounty.gov, navigate through to NeoGov, sign in, and there will be a section on your profile where you can see all information or all communication that was sent to you regarding the jobs that you've applied for. So if you, for some reason, cannot find it, you can find that in your profile. So if you are going through the process and you are having difficulty with the job search process or setting up a profile or anything related to applying to county jobs, DHR, or the Department of Human Resources, has created some incredible resources for you on our website. which is hr.lacounty.gov. You can see it here on the screen. There is what's called a job search toolkit. You can download our job search guide. You can download information on best practices and tips for interviewing and for creating your resume. There are resume samples there. You can find out more information about what happens after you submit a job application, what it looks like from application to getting hired. You can find online test prep. So I know a lot of people are still getting familiar with taking examinations online. For many years, the county had in-person examinations. So there is online test prep there from the vendor that does the online examination so that you can get that familiarity with the online test taking system. There's also still PDFs and guides for each type of examination or each type of category or content that would be included in the examination. So if you need to brush up your skills on any specific area that you will be tested on, there are also guides there that you can download and practice. But I do suggest that you take advantage of the job search toolkit, take a look at the resumes, take a look at the interview guide, and practice taking examinations online. So you'll need to submit an application electronically for every position. Once you submit an application, you'll receive a confirmation email. Again, check your spam mail to ensure you receive all emails. And if you cannot find it for some reason, go back to your profile and check your communication section of your profile. Also, be patient and continue applying for other jobs while you're waiting to hear back from the job that you initially applied for. So I encourage everyone to apply for all county jobs that they qualify for. There are plenty of opportunities here, and you don't want to limit yourself to just one opportunity. So again, make sure you're checking your email, checking your spam, checking your profile, and continue applying for jobs that you qualify for. So as you can see, when we went through the setting up your profile, this is what the rest of it will look like, and this is what you'll walk through as you're applying for a job. So when you're applying, you'll see a green check mark after each section once you have completed that section. So your personal information, your work history, your education, any additional documents you might need to add or upload, attachments, supplemental questions. So again, a green check mark means that the required information is completed. A red exclamation point means that more information is required. If you click back on that section, it should highlight the section that you're missing. Maybe you forgot to click yes or no on one of the radio buttons. Maybe you skipped a question. Maybe you didn't add your phone number. Whatever the reason is, go back to the sections with the red exclamation point, make sure they're fully filled out. And once you've completed each section, you have all of the green check marks, you'll have an opportunity to review your application. And then once you've reviewed your application, you've got the green check mark there, you need to certify that all information you've submitted is accurate and truthful. So once you've applied for the job, it gets sent off to an exam analyst who will review your application and ensure that you qualify for the job that you've applied to. If you qualify, you will receive a test schedule notification for the examination associated with the job that you've applied to. It's typically emailed. Again, make sure you have an accurate email address. I've run into some issues where we're trying to contact people and they made a typo on their email address. So make sure your email address is accurate. Make sure you're checking your spam folder, and you're also logging into your profile if you cannot find that communication for any reason. Again, make sure the email address is correct, prevent emails from being identified as spam, and check that applicant portal inbox. I highly encourage you, if you are interested in a job with the county, make sure you are taking practice tests. So there are practice tests at this website, shldirect.com/practice_test.html, or you can go to hr.lacounty.gov, our HR website, go through the job search toolkit, and all of our test prep assistance will be there in the job search toolkit. And then there are also, again, interview tips there. Once you've taken all components of the examination, there will be a banding process. So the exam analyst will create an eligibility list, and there's a banding process, and you will receive an email and potentially a physical letter that states what band you're in, what score you got, and what band you've landed in. So we have band V, which is specifically for veterans, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 based on your exam scores. Once you are banded, then departments are able to reach out to you for potential selection and hiring interviews. The way that it works is that departments, due to civil service rules, have to reach out to the bands in order. So the higher you score, the more likely it is that you will receive an interview. So you have to go through band 1, then band 2, then band 3, 4, 5. And if you have any questions about the process, something I've recently learned is that the Department of Human Resources has created a really excellent video on how an application becomes a job. So each step of the way, I've submitted my application. What does the exam analyst do? When do I take the examination? What do the banding results mean? If Christine could drop that link in the chat, I think it would be very helpful. Maybe Christine, you can drop the how an app becomes a job video link, the test prep toolkit, the job search toolkit, and our HR website, so that everyone can have this information on hand. So your final results notification, candidates can select to receive final notices via email or via postal mail during the application process. And again, it is critical that you make sure your contact information is up to date. I've been in situations where we're trying to contact the candidate and the phone number is inaccurate, or the email address is inaccurate, or there's a typo on their mailing address. Make sure you take the time, take the 10 seconds to review your contact information and make sure that it is up to date so that you're receiving important information about your job application. So now that we've talked about applying for a job, and there are hundreds of jobs you can apply to across our departments, I will share a little bit about our pipeline programs, which we manage within the Talent Solutions Division here at the Department of Human Resources. And again, these are specialized programs. We have a program just about for anyone and everyone to help get your foot in the door, to help you start your county career, to hopefully start a long and prosperous county career. So the first pipeline program that we have, they're in no particular order, or potentially they're in alphabetical order, but the first one we'll talk about is the Academic Internship Program. And this is a program that is for individuals who are enrolled at any level of higher learning, from junior college through PhD students. It is for students enrolled in school to get county experience that is carefully designed and practical and meaningful, that can help them get experience in local government. They spend 8 to 16 hours per week at their internship, unless noted differently on the project description. All college students are eligible to participate if their college has an agreement standing with the County of Los Angeles. And we have plenty of opportunities across different departments. And we have plenty of agreements with local colleges and universities, and even colleges and universities across the nation for individuals who may be in Los Angeles for summer break, or need a short-term internship, or maybe a virtual internship. Students receive academic credit and practical experience, and they can apply at hr.lacounty.gov/academic-internships. But it is important to note that we do need an agreement with the college or university, and if one is not currently standing, we can facilitate the process between our county council and the institution and take care of that for the student. We also have the Student Worker Program, which is another one of, obviously, our opportunities for students. The Academic Internship Program is our only unpaid internship because it is for academic credit. The Student Worker Program is for participants to receive on-the-job training and experience while pursuing their degree or other professional certification. And it is a paid opportunity. It is part-time because the county understands that these individuals would be students first. So to search for current student worker openings, you can visit www.governmentjobs.com/careers-LA County, /LA County, and search for student worker. So those are our two main opportunities for students. We also have a Youth Bridges program for anyone who is a youth, and it is 120 hours of work experience. It is a 2-part program, and it provides career exposure and career pathways for youth who have faced barriers to employment. And it has a special application link because it is a 2-part process. So if you would like information on this program, or someone who may qualify, send us an email, or I would say drop a message in the chat, but it may get lost. Send us an email. I'll provide you our email address at the end. and we can send you the link to apply for the county-wide Youth Bridges program. Now we have our full-time opportunities. First is the Career Development Intern Program, which provides at-risk youth, foster youth, individuals with disabilities, and homeless individuals with opportunities within the County of Los Angeles and assist them in gaining the knowledge, skills, and abilities necessary to compete for full-time permanent positions. This is a 2-year full-time position, so this is only eligible or only applicable for people who are able to work full-time. You must qualify as at-risk, foster, or former foster, regardless of what age you are. You could have been in foster care 20 years ago, that's totally fine. Individuals with disabilities and individuals experiencing homelessness. And they can apply as a craft support intern, heavy maintenance and operational support, IT and tech support, or office support and clerical. And again, this is a 2-year full-time position with benefits. Then we have a similar program. It's a mirror program to that, and that's our Veterans Internship Program. And again, it is a 2-year full-time position that provides on-the-job training and work experience to help an individual effectively compete for permanent employment with the county. And it's full-time and it comes with benefits, and individuals can apply as admin support, craft support, heavy maintenance and operational support, IT and tech support, and office support and clerical. And I think they may have expanded the opportunities since then to something along the lines of outreach, but you would have to check. All you have to do is go to our career website and search veteran intern, and this is open. And then we have our countywide youth mentoring program, which is an amazing opportunity for individuals once they become county employees, that they are able to become a mentor. And then we have our temporary services registry, which is the program that Christine and I manage. And the we call it Temp LA. The temporary services registry is for individuals who have local county residents who have faced barriers to employment. It is a 2-year program that helps people prepare for permanent employment in the county. And we have created a pathway whereby individuals can potentially promote to permanent employment. So what happens is individuals must possess a work readiness certificate, and we have a large list of agencies that individuals can obtain a work readiness certificate. And a lot of them are with DPSS or DPSS sponsored programs, Game Grow, LACO. So once they obtain that certificate, they can apply as an office support assistant. They are then placed in a department. We act as a temp agency, so placements may vary in length, and they can be on assignment up to 2 years. After 6 months in the program, individuals are eligible for a completion certificate, which would make them eligible to apply for our targeted permanent position, which is intermediate clerk Temp LA. So the goal with all of our programs, all of our pipeline programs, is to hopefully prepare and assist individuals in obtaining permanent employment with the county. So here's our flyer for Temp LA. If you have any questions on any of these programs, you can go to hr.lacounty.gov. And there should be an internship section that talks about all of our internships and our fellowships. So not listed in this presentation is our Management Fellows program. And this is a program that is not open continuous. So that means there's a set time that you can apply for the program. It will open and close based on the needs of the county. And it's for any individual who holds a master's degree. It's a 2-year fellowship. And it is an amazing program. It's how I got my entryway into the county. And then we have our administrative intern program, which again is not open continuous. It's based on a schedule, and it will open and close at a certain time. It's for any individuals with a bachelor's degree. It's on a rotational basis. Individuals will get experience in a number of different functional areas to support them and prepare them for a career with the County of Los Angeles. We have a short video, but I don't think the sound will play. Christine or Oleg, if you can let me know if the sound is playing for participants.
No, I don't hear any sound.
No, okay. We can go ahead and skip the video. It was just a success story that shows how our pipeline programs work. So this individual, there were 2 individuals who went through our Temp LA program. They did very well. They took the exam, they applied, took the examination, and promoted to permanent employment with the county. which is our ultimate goal for our program participants. And I do also want to make the disclaimer that this is just a small handful of pipeline hiring programs that we have to help individuals get a foot in the door at the county and hopefully start a long and prosperous career as a permanent employee. But there are hundreds of positions that you can apply to. You are not limited to the programs that I discussed today. Please go to hr.lacounty.gov and search through the hundreds of opportunities that are available. If you see something that's not currently open, again, create that job interest card. Make sure you are getting your notifications. Make sure you have a profile created. And if you have questions, here's a tip that not a lot of people know. If you have questions about a specific examination, a specific classification or job posting, you've applied to something and you really want to know more information, you have a question, scroll to the bottom of the bulletin. There will be what's called an exam analyst. And they are the person kind of in charge of that examination, of that, the hiring process for that specific job opportunity. And there's different exam analysts for different job opportunities. You can always reach out to that person directly to ask more questions. Did I submit this, or can I submit this? What are the next steps? Do you have a timeline for X, Y, and Z? Those specific nitty-gritty detailed questions that I'm sure many people have, those are for the exam analyst assigned to the examination or the job bulletin that you apply to. Now, we have time for question and answer. Christine, this would be a great time for you to come off mute and we can go through some of the Q&A. Oleg,
Yes.
remind me, are you going to read them to us?
Yes, I will.
Okay, perfect.
So we've had a lot of questions, and Jeffrey and Christine and I have been trying to answer them as the program has been going on. And so some of them will be a little bit, some of them came in towards the beginning of the program. So we'll try to keep the questions not repetitive. So,
okay.
So the first question is, if somebody retired early, would they be able to get rehired by LA County?
That's not really my area of expertise. Christine, do you have an answer to that question?
I think there is, you can get rehired. I'm not sure how you go about that. I know there's a program called the 120-day where a retiree comes back and they work so many hours in the year, but that would be a question for the department that you left. That's where I would address that question.
Thank you. Do you have to be an American citizen to be an employee of LA County?
We do require, I'm trying to think. I want to say the answer is yes. Christine, do you have an answer?
I do not.
Okay.
Usually on the application process, what I've seen is that it says either you have some kind of, you have a ability to work, or you have to be an LA citizen.
And
or a TIN number is what I've seen.
Delilah, if you have more specific questions about an examination, reach out to the exam analyst for the job that you're interested in. Again, go to that bulletin, scroll to the bottom and reach out to them directly. If you need help with that, you can email me directly as well. Oleg, I thought I had my email on the slide. Where would be a great place to put my email? I don't want it to get lost in the chat, but I can happily put it in the chat.
So two places. One, you can put it in the chat, and then I can also send it to the folks in the follow-up email.
Okay.
So I'll just CC you there so people can see the email and they can ask you questions if they need to.
And if we are unable to answer your question live, because again, there's so many units in HR that handle so many different portions of the hiring process, we can get you directed to the appropriate individual in our team.
Sounds good. So the next question is, I prepared a great deal for the exams for job posting over the holidays, but only made it to tier 5. I used 2 sources for the practice exams that the county provides. Are there other ways to prepare for these exams to boost scores?
Yes. So obviously anything within that job search toolkit. So the PDFs that you can download are a great way to prep for county exams. taking county exams is a great way to prep for county exams. You know, the more that you do it, the better you will get. Going to SHL, again, that link is within the Job Search Toolkit, will help you as well. And I have recently learned about a program that the county is partnering with, called Employed California, that will help you with that examination process, help you prepare and practice, especially with some of those like reasoning and analytical questions. I know can kind of get people tripped up. I still sometimes look at them like, what's going on here? But again, that is called Employed California.
Thank you. And so a few people have asked this down in the Q&A, and that is, can you retake exams?
You can. There's generally a time frame associated with that. So it's going to be based on if the job is still open. Like some of our open continuous exams, for example, Temp LA is always open. They can always apply to be an office support assistant if you qualify, but there is a waiting period for you to take an exam again. So the best person to ask for that particular examination would be the exams analyst. Again, you want to make sure that that job is still open and available, and to check how long, whether it be 6 months or a year, before you can apply again.
So it sounds like for some of them you can retake it and some of them you can't, but contacting the exams analyst would be the best way to find out. Next questions. I'm a marijuana user, no criminal record, and not a drug user. Given its legal status in the state and the county, will I still be able to apply?
I'm trying to think of how to answer this because the county does not, I want to say what you're doing in your personal time. If you have no criminal record and you're not a drug user and you're able and eligible to apply for a job, I would say go ahead and apply for that job. Christine, do you have a better answer for this question?
I do not. I think there might be some classifications where that might be a problem, but I agree with your response. Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good. Are there any counselors available to guide us through what department or job would be best suited, especially for entry-level roles?
No, there are no roles within the county whereby someone would act as a job counselor, but we can assist you. I've been more than happy to assist individuals who have questions. Like, I'm interested in this particular type of job and I'm looking for something entry level. So if you want some ideas, you can definitely email me, but there are no official like job counselors here at the County of Los Angeles. But we do encourage you to apply to any job that you do qualify for and that interests you.
So this is actually also a good place to plug the AJCCs. So we have
Yes.
the America's Job Centers of California all over LA County, and they have job coaches and counselors who will take you through the process to apply for jobs, not just LA County jobs, just all jobs, but including LA County jobs. So let's see the next question. I know federal jobs require a full resume showing all your work. Does LA County jobs also require the same? So I think the distinction is between last 10 years or all of it.
Yeah, so I know federal resumes are a little bit more stringent in what they're looking for, and they're a bit longer. You can just prepare your resume as you would for any private sector job. And also in your application, it's going to ask you to include your work history. So there's where you would want to put jobs at least up to the last 10 years, but it's not as stringent as, you know, I know federal resumes are looking for a very specific format. The county doesn't have this specific template or guideline that you need to abide by like federal resumes would. A great place to start would be that resume guide on hr.lacounty.gov, and then modeling your resume after the templates that the county has provided for you.
So let's see what's next here. When you're searching government jobs, are you able to filter by remote jobs?
For government jobs, the site that has all jobs based on your locations, you can type in all jobs in California, all government jobs in California, all in, you know, Los Angeles County, all in San Bernardino, what have you. From my usage of the site, I'm 99.9% sure there's a way to filter to just remote jobs. But as far as the county of Los Angeles, I am unaware of any fully remote jobs that we have. Now, there are hybrid roles, but I don't think that's something that's delineated on the job bulletin. For example, the Department of Human Resources works on a hybrid schedule if that is available to an individual, if their job duties would allow them to do so. I'm unaware of any fully remote jobs in the county. You have to remember the county is 111,000 positions and 40 plus departments. There's no way that any one of us could know every single, job detail. But Christine, do you know of any fully remote roles in the county? I don't believe there are.
I don't believe there are, not that I'm aware of.
Thank you. So for resumes, wait, two questions here. One, is it best to upload it to government jobs as a PDF or just scan an application, scan it and send it as an image? Or what is the best file format to upload it to to government jobs?
So NeoGov will have on there what file formats it accepts. PDF and Word should be totally fine. I see that it says scan or email. It would not be via email. It would be via an upload onto your application.
And then do they accept people with disabilities to work at LA County?
Yes, we have, so two things. We have specific programs for individuals who have disabilities or individuals with disabilities. And there's specific certificates or paperwork that you do have to provide because there are benefits to those programs. Like you get to apply to, more specialized examinations, but also, again, we encourage you to apply to any job that you are eligible for, that you qualify for. And then if you do need accommodations, there are routes whereby you can request accommodations both during the application examination process and also once you are actually on the job.
So the next question is a little bit specific, but I think it also talks to a bigger question, and I'll get to the bigger question once I give you the specifics. So this person was employed as an HR analyst or specialist with UCLA for 22 years. They left, and then they're trying to find work in a similar field, so the HR, but the systems at UCLA were pretty specific. Are there ways to get training for instance, systems used in LA County HR at all? I mean, is there training provided on the job, or how would one be able to get training for LA County specific systems even beyond HR? Do you have any advice on that?
I do not. So systems as in application systems or systems that you would use in day-to-day work?
So like internally.
No, I don't think there are any external trainings that we have for internal systems that we use. I would say I would refer people to the library, Oleg, to get free trainings from the county. I don't know if you train on any specific softwares, but I know that there were previously like some computer literacy courses and different things that are available and free to LA County residents. But as far as specific systems, like we use the specific software to do X, Y, and Z in HR. I don't think that there is a route where you would know what we would use and then be able to get training specifically from the county on the software that we use.
Yeah, so proprietary systems are challenging. For systems that are widely available or software that's widely available, we, of course, at the library do offer LinkedIn Learning and a variety of other resources to get up to speed on, for instance, Microsoft Word and any of the Microsoft suite and many, many other pieces of software. But yeah, proprietary systems are a challenge because LinkedIn Learning and other resources like that don't offer training on those. For those, you may actually just go to the vendor website and see if there's any trainings available or any kind of documentation available.
Oh, and LinkedIn Learning, Oleg, correct me if I'm wrong. If you have a library card, you can access LinkedIn Learning for free. I know that you are
100% free
certificate, but you're able to take those courses for free. And there are also really great courses that are available. My mind is skipping because it's been so long on the different resources that are available. I know there were like 2 other training systems that were available for free.
Yeah, so we have LinkedIn Learning, we have Universal Class,
Mhm.
We have quite a few others. We have Gale courses. It really depends on what you're interested in learning. If you're interested in learning something, if you're out there and you're like, I really want to gain skills on X topic, and you're not sure where to go, just email me and I'll guide you, because we have so much available in terms of training from the library for totally free. And most of
Yeah,
it
I've
just on your own
taken.
time, just at your pace and at your schedule.
Mhm. And it's free. And I've taken software specific trainings from LinkedIn Learning for free with my library card. So definitely connect with Oleg. He is the expert in that.
And also, just like you, also a user of that, because I've also taken trainings from Gale courses and LinkedIn Learning. It's actually been very good for making my day tasks easier. So let's see, moving on. Um, how do you handle your experience on a resume, an application, when you have 33 years of experience and then a gap, a resume, say like 3 or 4 years of retirement break?
Yeah, from the applications that I've seen, there's no specific question whereby they would be asking like what happened in this gap in your employment, or what did you do when you had a 3 or 4 year break. But as far as 33 years of experience, that is an incredible work history. I would say fill out as much as you'd like that's relevant to the job, but preferably at least 10 years of work experience in that application section.
Thank you. And then I think I know the answer to this, but are there any part-time, actually, I do know here, are there any part-time jobs available with the county?
No, there aren't, with the exception of student worker, which is specifically for those who are currently getting their degree, and with the exception of AIP, which is for it's unpaid internship. I don't know, Oleg, are the library pages part-time?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
there's like, there's a variety of time, 20-hour positions available.
Mhm.
Yeah, so there's some of it with the library, there's some available. So
Yeah,
theoretically, within the county, there are some available.
There
there
are some available. I
are.
know there's some in fire department as well,
Mm.
and I believe in registrar recorder.
That's something that would be in the job in you'd be able to filter by that in government jobs, right?
Um, it should be an option. I'm
Yeah.
checking now.
It would make sense if that wasn't it, because it's a pretty standard type of thing. Speaking of filters, there's also a question about is there a way to filter jobs based on experience? I'm looking for entry-level jobs. Most are listed positions require experience.
Yes, let me pull it up and see exactly what filters you are able to filter to. So you're able to filter based on department, job category, job type, annual salary, and exam type. So I don't see anything for part-time, full-time, and I don't see anything for experience. You can sort by posting newest to oldest, oldest to newest, A through Z, Z through A, highest to lowest, and lowest to highest. So that's at governmentjobs.com/careers slash LA County.
One way to potentially get around that, or just sort of put yourself into the entry level category, is find out what the average pay is for
Mm-hmm.
whatever field you're going into, what the entry level pay is, and then just filter by pay, because that might get you
Yeah,
approximately what you're looking for.
that is an excellent suggestion. And I'm also looking, if you go to governmentjobs.com, which is not specific to LA County, but if you go just to governmentjobs.com and choose something in the LA County area, if you can potentially filter. So through government jobs, you can filter based on the date posted. You can sort by relevance. This is where you can filter to remote, but again, there's no fully remote roles in the county. But if there are some available, say you're interested in working in maybe anywhere in California, as long as it's fully remote, you'd be able to filter here. This is where you can filter to full-time, temporary, or part-time. And then you can filter based on organization. So County of Los Angeles, City of Los Angeles, Housing Authority, Superior Court. You can also filter based on salary. So again, I don't see entry level, etc. But also I do know some local governments, if you are open to working for somewhere else, and sometimes the county does post on LinkedIn as well. You can go on LinkedIn and there you can filter to based on entry level, mid journey, or whatever the filters are based on your experience level. I've seen several government jobs, or government related jobs posted on LinkedIn as well. But as far as specifically on NeoGov or the LA County Jobs website, I do not see a way to filter based on experience. But go to government jobs, or you can also check LinkedIn.
Is there an age limit for getting a county job? I should say, I don't know which side this person is asking, whether there's a youth or older, but what are the age limits, or are there age limits for getting a county job?
There's no upper age limit to getting a county job. You do need to be able to work. So I believe the age limit for that is it 16, Christine? 16
That would be my guess. Mhm.
Yeah, 16 with a permit. But again, you're not going to be able to work those full-time jobs if you're in school. But I believe student worker is open to high school students. So check out the student worker opportunities. And that would be the only condition for like the lower age limit. But as far as upper age limit, there's no upper age limit for working at the county.
Another resume question. What if you have different resumes tailored to different positions? Should you still put a resume in your profile?
You can change the resume. So when you go to fill out that application for the next position, say you used resume A on the last position, when you go fill out the application for the next position, it's going to be the same profile. Obviously, because it's attached to your NeoGov ID, you're going to have maybe the same contact information. I don't know, but you can upload a different resume. So that shouldn't be an issue.
And somebody asked somewhere later in the Q&A, I remember, about cover letters. Do you input cover letters too? Does the county accept cover letters for positions?
That will be an exam analyst specific question. If I have not seen a cover letter required. I don't know, Christine, if you've seen a cover letter required, but if they were to attach it, it would be in the attachment section. So we went through that list. That list is the same exact list for every single application, where it's general info, work history, etc. There's an attachment section. So if you look at the bulletin for the job that you're applying to, it'll say exactly what you need. Some you may need to upload a proof of your degree or any other sort of documentation. Maybe there's a specific certificate, for example, Temp LA, you need to have a certificate. You can upload it in the attachment section. So if it says for some reason a cover letter is required, or if you would like to provide a cover letter, that's where you would put it.
Thank you. Now, the next question, it may not be one that you can answer right now, but I'm going to ask it, and then you can determine whether you can answer it. If the person who has SSI and wants to work for LA County, do they take the Social Security away from you?
That would not be a question for our team.
Sounds good. But you can, if they send it to you, can forward it on to figure out, yeah. Can we indicate a geographical limitation on our application? For example, I would be interested in positions that are entirely remote or operating in Long Beach, but not in downtown LA.
I have seen that ability, but when I just looked at the list, I didn't see it. I don't know, Christine. I'm pretty sure I filter based on location before, and it would make sense. Christine, do you know at all?
I do not know.
Okay. I was trying to exit out of the presentation, but because I'm still sharing, I can't exit out of the presentation.
Yeah, you can stop sharing and
okay, wonderful. Because I'm pretty sure I have the ability to do so. But I need to double check. It's been some years since I've applied. So I would have to go back and
Same.
Look at the website.
I know in the library, there are certain positions that are the part of the recruitment says, it's, North region or somewhere else, North County. So there's certain positions that will specifically say they're for a certain area, but that's not something that necessarily can be filtered on government jobs.
I have seen that as well, where it'll be a specific position and then it'll indicate that it's in North County because that is, one of the more
offices,
right. Two areas. So that's something to look for as well.
Let's see. So there's the next question, but I think that the answer for it is just depending on the role. What are the requirements for typing for the Los Angeles County office's qualification? How much do you have to type on the computer? What are the requirements, and why are there limits for the test? So that seems to be a question that seems to be just specific to depending on the role.
A typist clerk exam. I know that there are limits for the intermediate typist clerk exam. Christine, do you know the limits? I feel like
I believe it's 45.
45 words per minute. Okay. And that's not for every county position. Right. Not every county position is going to have a typing exam. But if you're applying for specifically like intermediate typist clerk, where there is a typist exam, there will be obviously a lower limit.
I would think that most positions at this point require some work on the computer, but the
Mhm.
exam may not include that. On average, how long is the hiring process?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
If
that's a
I had
question.
a direct answer, I would love to share it with you, and I would love to know as well. So it's going to be based on a wide variety of things, based on the actual exam itself, based on the how long the exam is open, how long are they accepting applications, how many steps are there in exam? Is it a one-part exam? Is it a two-part, three-part exam? The background check, did anything come up in your background? I mean, there, and then the base on the needs of the hiring department. So I've seen it be a few weeks, I've seen it be a few months. If there was a direct answer, I would give it to you, but it's based on so many different intricate factors that it really varies.
So the next question is, are we supposed to be contacted with our score or band, and at what point after the exam?
Yes. So after you take the exam, you will receive a notification of your score and what band you landed in. If you did not receive it, and it's been quite some time, again, that process is going to vary as well based on the examination period, the exam analysts themselves. If you have any questions, reach out to the exam analyst for the specific job that you applied to, and they'll be able to give you additional information. If for some reason they did issue that information, you didn't receive it, make sure you're going back to your profile and checking that that inbox, because any information that you're sent regarding an examination is going to live there as well. So that's kind of a backup in case it goes to spam, in case your email was wrong, in case your address was wrong. If you think you may have missed it, go check there. And if you have any further questions and you don't know where the process stands, reach out to your exam analyst.
Could you elaborate more on what those examinations may consist of? I missed out on some work because of this, and it has been a challenge to get a hold of someone or navigate on the website. So actually, I'm
Yeah,
interested, what are the possible types of examinations with LA County?
there are several different types of not examinations. There are different types of examinations, but there are also different types of content that would be included in those examinations. More information on what type of exam you'll take will be on that job bulletin. That's really your go-to for whatever job you're interested in. So it'll say, it's going to have a written examination. It's going to have, XYZ, and it's usually related to the role that you're applying to. And once you have that information that is on that job bulletin, so you know exactly what you'll be tested on, then you would take those categories or that content or whatever, you've been taking a written exam. You'll go to HR's website, go to that job search toolkit, and then study based on the information that's in that job bulletin. So if I can share again really quickly, let's see what screen. I have 1,000 tabs open, so please give me a moment while I find. Okay, here we go.
Oh, let's see.
So,
There you go.
can,
That's sharing.
can you see?
Yes.
Okay, so if I was, I'm personally probably not going to apply for this exam. You should be able to scroll to the bottom. It'll talk about the minimum requirements. So what you need in order to be eligible to not apply, but eligible obviously to apply for this examination, you must meet the above requirements. And there's desirable qualifications. I don't see this one has the testing information, but let's see, ASM1, full-time continuous, essential job functions. Somewhere in this block of text will be examination information. Oh, here we go, exam content. And it should have information on the type of exam you'll take. So once you have that information, you'll go back to this website. And I would say the majority, if not all, jobs you will apply to will have an examination. Once you find the content that will be on that exam, you will go to the job search toolkit. And then based on what it says on that bulletin, okay, I might be tested on basic arithmetic, so I can study here And there's 3 versions you can choose from. I'm going to take a written exam. You would study here and download the guide. I'll be taking a reading comprehension exam, and you would study here. And then you should also be able to find, here's our online test prep system. So once you study here as well, I highly suggest going here and then getting familiarity with the online test prep system so you can see and feel what it's like to take an examination before you're faced with the examination. And it may be just me, but there's a clock that counts down, and you want to get familiar with the system and the software and what you'll be seeing before you take that examination so that you're not kind of caught off guard. But that's what it is. Examinations are related to the job that you'll be doing. And then based on your scores on that examination, you will be ranked, and that's how you will find your band. Let me see if I can pull up a better example quickly, if you bear with me. Oh, that is me logging into work. Let's see, find a job. Because I'm pretty sure the Temp LA Office Support Assistant position will have that information. So this is where you'll go, jobs open to the public. And then you'll search based on whatever you're interested in. If you know what job you're interested in, you can put it here. This is the role title for the Temp LA program. You can see this is a temporary job, obviously, and it is open to the public. We are open continuous, so we accept applications at any given time. Okay, so here's a good example where examination content, it tells you exactly what's going to be on the exam. It'll consist of a multiple choice or simulation assessment weighted at 100% that will assess learning potential, responsibility, customer focus. Now, these are things that you can't really prep for, but a lot of our examinations or our job bulletins will have this information. It'll say what will be on the exam for the job that you're applying to. I hope I answered your question. That was a lot of information.
That's good. Thanks for the tour is really useful because some people have never gone to government jobs, and now they can actually see what it looks like and not be so intimidated if they go there for the first time.
Yeah.
So having the tour is really nice. Let's see. So do you have reciprocity with the city of Los Angeles?
That is going to be a question likely for Lucera that I don't know much about reciprocity in terms of our retirement. I'm assuming that's what they're asking. Christine, I know you have a background in benefits. Do you have any information on this?
Yeah, that is not a benefit that we handled. So no,
Okay.
I think Lucera would be the best contact.
And Lucera is Los Angeles County, Employee Retirement Association, I think the A is for, but it's Los Angeles County Retirement System. You can contact Lucera directly because they are not housed within the county. They are their own organization. So you would have to ask them that question.
All right. Is it more likely that someone will be hired permanently if they participate in an internship or a temp job?
We created these pipelines to help individuals get into a permanent position in the county. Now, we cannot guarantee permanent employment if you do participate in one of these pipeline programs, although we do have benefits to going through the programs. For example, like I said, in Temp LA, you get to participate in a specialized intermediate clerk examination. Intermediate clerk is one of our really big exams. We get thousands of applications, hundreds of people on the eligibility list, which makes it a little bit more difficult to get reached, especially if you're in band 2, 3, 4. It's going to take some time to get to you. So instead of being on the list with hundreds of people, if you went through Temp LA, you'd be on the list with only other Temp LA participants. So therefore, it increases your chances of getting a permanent position a little bit more timely as well. However, it is not guaranteed. So the onus is really on the participant. We don't automatically promote them to permanent employment. They still have to apply. They still have to complete the program. They still have to take the examination.
All right. Is there a pipeline for older workers?
Not specifically for older adults. However, again, there's no upper age limit. So we do encourage you to apply to any position that you are qualified for. Again, make sure you're taking a look at those minimum qualifications.
I don't know if you talked about this already. What is the name of the program pipeline available to those with a bachelor's?
Yes, that's the administrative intern program. 2 years full-time paid with benefits. It's an excellent program. It is not open continuous like some of our pipeline programs. For example, it looks like they were connected to the Zoom. It's the administrative intern program. It's not open continuous like our other pipeline programs. There is an open and close date to the application period. So what I would encourage you to do if you would like to apply for that, again, that's our program for individuals who have a bachelor's degree. It's on a rotational basis. You get a lot of great experience. We've had admin interns assigned to our department, and they've been incredible to our units, and they've been incredible and work on a lot of really great projects and assist with our critical business needs. So I can't speak highly enough about the program. If you are interested in that, I would suggest creating a job interest card and getting a notification when it does become available. But again, that's the administrative intern program.
Can you talk about the difference between open, promotional, and transfer exams?
Yes. Open examinations or open job opportunities are open competitive, are those who are open to the public. So anyone can apply. You need to make sure you meet those minimum qualifications. Promotional are for individuals who are in the county and can, promote. And transfer are for those, again, who are currently employed with the county and looking to maybe transfer to another department. So if you are not currently employed for the county or with the county, you would be looking for open competitive examinations, not promotional or transfer. And the practice test link is if you just go to hr.lacounty.gov, click on the job search toolkit, all of the practice tests, the guides, everything will be there in the job search toolkit.
Thank you. I think we're going to take one more question and then we're going to call it a day. And if folks do have questions, of course, you can always email and you can always, there's a contact us link on the LA County HR page. You can email Christian directly. So if you didn't get your question answered today, you can get your question answered potentially in the future. So let me see. For the Temp LA program, what is the Work Readiness Job Program Certificate?
Yeah, so those are certificates for individuals who have gone through some sort of work readiness job training program. We partner with specific agencies. If you'd like a list of the agencies that you can go to receive a certificate or certificates that we do accept, you can email our team at templa@hr.lacounty.gov and we'll send you our flyer and you can view the list of the AJCCs, all of the different places that you can go to obtain a work readiness certificate. And that is the certificate that you need in order to be eligible for the office support assistant position. And that's the only qualification that we have is holding that certificate.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Christian and Christine, for taking the time to give us this presentation. You guys answered a lot of questions. I know there's still some questions left, but you guys, I think it's been like 45 minutes of answering questions. So very much appreciated. And I want to thank Jeffrey, our silent moderator today. And finally, I want to thank all of the folks out there who have been with us for this program. Hopefully you got something useful, and please do check out the HR website, hr.lacounty.gov. There's a lot of stuff on there. So if you're interested in working for the county, that is the place to go. I'm going to post a very quick survey for folks. It just takes a few minutes to fill out, and I very much appreciate you filling it out, giving us your feedback about this program and any topics you'd like to hear about in the future. It's a very short survey, but it means a lot. Once again, very much gratitude to Christian, Christine, and to folks out there, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much for having us.